So here's me against blue-red Prowess. So I start out with a whole bunch of lands, but against an unknown deck, I'll keep it. Helps thin out my deck. Hedron Archive on the 4th turn, and hopefully I draw into something. He plays a bunch of basics to start out with, which is great for me. Next comes an island. Very basic. I still have no idea what I'm playing at this point. At this point, I'm assuming it's probably blue-red control. World Breaker is a nice draw here, especially if I manage to get my Hedron Archive in on turn 4. Then I've probably got a World Breaker turn 5. And suddenly the Drake comes out and I know exactly what I'm playing against. Which is great, because he tapped out, which means I haven't got to worry about a counterspell from my archive. Which means I have a World Breaker next turn. Alright. In goes a land, out comes the World Breaker. Exile one of his islands. Yippee-ki-yay, sacrifice the Sanctum, go find another World Breaker. These things have reach, so his Drakes and his Storm Chaser mages can't get in unless they're made unblockable. Speak of the devil, here comes another Drake. He shocks me to the face because he can't do anything. Wastes comes in. I play another World Breaker, take his second island. So far, so no biggie. But I do have 3 Hour of Devastations in my deck. And there it is. Play the Hour of Devastation. He knows it's game over. And on to game 2. Game 2 is a lot more scary. You'll see how when. Obviously, he's got the jump on me because he starts. But things get off quite well for me, especially with this kind of a hand. So I play the game trail. Out comes his Storm Chaser. Fantastic for me, because he's tapped out, so he can't play a spell to give it prowess. I play the Oasis and contortion him on my turn. Here comes the Drake. Whoopsie. Game trail is fantastic because it gives me double red, which I need for the devastation. I'm taking a beating here, and I don't have any improvement, but the archive is fantastic as a draw. Lets me play a whole bunch of stuff. I'm still going to get the shit kicked out of me this turn though. And I think he suspects as much, which is why he's made it so huge. Lots of cantrips in the deck. Cost Hour. I don't have any lands in hand, so I'll play the Traverse. I'm down to 8 at this point. I took a beating those first early turns. Here comes the Drake. Land in, second Hour. So Healy Rai comes in and starts pinging me. That's a real bitch too. Second Archive, fantastic. It means I can cast my Ulamog. Take Season's Past, take an Hour, Traverse, and a Contortion. Didn't want to spend the life for the green to play the Traverse, so I'll wait a turn. He plays the Bedlam Reveler, copies it, and then starts casting spells for Prowess. Bad for me. Takes me down to 2. Okay, in comes the big Eldrazi. Things get interesting now because he's going to start looking for some shocks. He's going to start cycling through his cards. He's going to play another Saheeli, which pings me for 1. Here she comes. There's a ping. And he's slipping through space. He's desperate to find a shock to finish me off. Meanwhile, I want to look for a Nissa's Renewal to get 6 life back. So, cracked the Hedron Archive, didn't find anything. Played the Hour of Promise. Keep my fingers crossed. He plays the Enigma Drake. But he knows it's over. And concedes. He can't beat my Ulamog attack. And I think he knows that I've got the Hour of Devastation because I played it with Seasons Past. And that's the end of the game.